Welcome back to the ET Money Show, and like we promised, this particular segment is a very special one, and this is the Tech Tuesday for you, where we are going to discuss on how to take care of your online privacy. And for that, we are joining by the expert, and he is Mr. Dhruv Bhutani, who is the editor at Android Authority. Thank you so much, Mr. Dhruv, for joining us today at ET Now. Hacking is quite really common these days. Firstly, it's really important to know what does a virus actually do to your system and how dangerous it could be. It's a very basic question, but I really want to know, and I really want you to highlight this for our viewers.
Actually, there's no one single answer for that question because viruses, like real world viruses, come in many shapes and forms. But at a base level, you can expect, a lot of spam, a lot of advertisements, something a little more nefarious could lock up your files. There are viruses come in the form of keyloggers, which could be keeping a track of all your passwords, sharing everything that you type out on a keyboard to an external server, and that obviously includes your banking information or passwords. They can also potentially lock up all your data and require you to make a payment or a transfer using, say, something like cryptocurrency to unlock all of that data. Which is to say, there's no one single thing that a virus does, but it cumulatively becomes quite dangerous.
Your point, but how to actually prevent yourself from hacking? Because sometimes people really don't know that their system is hacked. So what's the way out there?
So I think step one obviously is to keep yourself secure. I mean, before you get to, how do you protect the system that's already been hacked? If you're online, the safest and like the most basic advice is to have unique alphanumeric passwords, 8 to 10 digits at least, and keep them unique. Use a password manager to make sure that you can keep a track of all of your passwords. And that's the most basic hygiene that is recommended when going online. And this obviously extends to your banking passwords as well. Please do not have your date of birth as your password. That's the easiest way to get yourself hacked. But when it comes to protecting your system, you should not be visiting sites that seem obviously not very secure. You can always keep an eye out for an HTTPS certificate, which would guarantee you, at least to a certain degree, that this site is secure, especially for any sort of e-commerce. And make sure that you do not download any files and execute any files from potentially nefarious sources. And this obviously extends to piracy websites as well. So you should probably stay away from those if you value your online and offline security as well.
Yes, absolutely. But what we know is that there are various softwares that are available for detecting the virus and actually getting rid of that. There are different versions of it. One is the paid version, and some of them are really free that are available online. What a viewer should be opting out for, if you have any suggestions for them, and especially when you're talking about the free version of that one, what are the options that are available for them? If you can just highlight some.
So there's a lot of paid antivirus softwares available, but here's the thing. One of the best antivirus softwares is the one that is built into your computer. So in the case of Windows, which the majority of the world uses, Windows Defender, which is built into it, it is kept up to date by Microsoft. And that's absolutely free of cost. In fact, the only thing that you need to make sure of is that you keep it up to date. So make sure that you are on the absolute latest version of your operating system. You have all the latest security patches and software updates installed. Just don't keep delaying it. That's the worst thing that you could be doing for your online safety. And for the majority of people, unless you have very specific needs, Windows Defender built into Windows is more than enough. Beyond that, of course, you can start looking at firewalls. Now, a firewall, an internet firewall, is basically like a gatekeeper between the internet and your computer. It's making sure that any traffic between your computer and the internet, any files downloaded, and also it makes sure that that nobody tries to. There's no attempt at intrusion into your computer. So just make sure that is updated as well. Again, built into your computer. And that would honestly be my best advice. You can, of course, look at alternatives. McAfee has been very, highly regarded over the years. There's also AVG. But like I said earlier, for the majority of people, keep the built-in antivirus software and the firewall updated, and you'll be safe.
Great advice. Thank you so much for that. But now, as we are going so rapidly in the digital world and we have a lot of access to the public Wi-Fi's now, I'm sure there must be do's and don'ts like you highlighted before, but how dangerous it could be for you using the public Wi-Fi's? Is there any embedded risk involved over there, or they are safe to go?
Srishti, here's the thing. You're usually secure till the time you're not. And when you do get hacked, that's when you hope that, or wish that you had taken more security measures. That's when the insurance comes in handy. And that's the thing with going online on public Wi-Fi. It is, I mean, there's no guarantee that it's going to be secure. You have no idea who is handling the network behind it. You have no idea what kind of a server it's running on. You have no idea, somebody nefarious could actually be hosting a keylogger or keeping a track of the kind of data that's going through. So there is quite literally just one thing that you can do to keep yourself secure online, like in that kind of a situation, and that's to make use of a VPN. A private VPN, there's ample number of providers, but the one that I usually end up recommending is NordVPN. It has a history of being secure and not too expensive either, which is an added benefit for most users. And the speeds are good, so you don't actually end up losing out on speed when using something like a good quality private VPN service. Just toggle that on, and you have that peace of mind that any traffic any internet traffic on public Wi-Fi is going to be secure.
Okay, Dhruv, here's my last question to you. Actually, you have highlighted a lot of points where I can actually help myself being secured, but what actually happens when a site that I use get hacked? Is there any more risk that is involved, or my system that is updated will actually help me and protect me, like getting more and getting that virus into my system? What kind of a risk is there involved?
It's not necessarily going to affect your personal computer or phone, but there are two kinds of issues that can arise from it. And again, those two issues are not entirely in your hands unless you've taken precautionary measures. Number one, of course, is that in case your password is the same across a number of websites, in case your password gets dumped from one of these hacked websites, then that hacker potentially has access to any other website that you've used the same password on, which is why it should be considered basic hygiene to maintain separate passwords everywhere. One password gets hacked, you can just go ahead and just change that. You don't need to worry about any other account. The other one is that in some cases, banking information can leak out. Now, in that case, the moment you find out, and often it is up to the website which gets hacked to inform their customers as well that that their website has been hacked and that they should take precautionary measures. In that case, realistically, the only thing that you can do is to get your a debit card or a credit card blocked and get your bank to issue you a fresh one. There's realistically not much that you can do in that case, but just keep your passwords separate. Nice long alphanumeric passwords, 12 to 14 digits, as complex as you can make it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for all those advices, Dhruv, and thank you so much for joining ET Now today and helping our viewers know how they can actually take care of the online privacy. Thanks a lot.
Glad to be here. Thank you.